So now we can modify this topology and we can do the other lab, that is the OSPF summarization at ASBR. So for ASBR means we need to make this router as a ASBR, the R1. So here instead of area 0 I will remove this area. We can run any other routing protocol, or what we can do, we can put this, we can do one more method, like we can say redistribution. When we say the redistribution, automatically this route will treat as a coming from different routing protocol. Let me show you also. First of all, let me copy this whole configuration from here to here, and I will say new tab, and I will press here, and we will change this name as OSPF Summarization at ASBR. Okay, ASBR router R1 configuration will be remain same, and here what we can say, we will modify here some different here, and here this will be remain same. Okay, so now what we will do, we will do some modification. We can take one more router here and we can advertise RIP in between them. This is a one method. Or if we don't want to use another router, we can use the loopback and we can treat as a external route. If we write like redistribution connected, it will take that one also. Let me show you, no issue, we will do that one. So what I will do, I open already this one. Let me open this console, R1 console, and I will say no here, and I will take the R2 console here, and we will write here no also here, and we will wait some time, it will load. Yeah, so this is a R2 and another one is a R1. So what we will do, R1 configuration we will do. Let me take, this is the R1. In OSPF I will not advertise this loopbacks, okay, because we are saying we have only one area 0, because we are doing in the ASBR. So let me show you. This one we can say like let me put some label here. We can say redistribution connected something, we give name, or external route, this all external route, or we can say let me write redistribute connected is here. Just I am giving this name. Actually what we need here, we need some different routing protocol. So we can do routing protocol, or we can write another method is there. Instead of doing the routing protocol, if I say redistribute connected, it will become as a external route, and this router will become as a ABR. So let me show you. This is the normal configuration. We have this interface and we have this much loopback, and in the OSPF I am only advertising this interface only, this one, only one interface. Okay, and remaining I am not doing. I will show you how we will do what we will do. So I will copy this from here to here. This is the same configuration what we done, just I am assigning the IP address to this interface. After that I am creating this loopback, and I am enabling the OSPF only in the fast Ethernet 0x0. All other thing remains same. Okay, so I will copy this, and I will go here in the R1. Let me make big, and I will paste this in the R1. So this is a R1 configuration. Only we advertise only one interface, fast Ethernet 0x0. Only one interface we advertise. Now I will go for the R2. This is a R2 configuration from here to here. I will take the R2 configuration. Now I think I have R2 already. Let me paste this in the R2. Okay, now we can check R2 is getting the route, or what R2 is getting here. If you see, I will write show IP protocol. We have the OSPF, show IP OSPF neighbor. We have one neighbor. Okay, we are getting the neighbor. Why we are getting this IP? Because we did not advertise this, right? Maybe by mistake we advertised this IP here, or let's see. We advertise only this one interface, but why this? Okay, loopback IP is taken. Remember, this is a router ID, okay, and this is a router IP address. Let me repeat again what I am saying. Just now what I told, I get this IP. Let me take. I get this 172. I am saying why 172 came. I did not advertise 172 in the OSPF. Then why it came just now? I am thinking that one. But now remember, this is router ID. When we enable the OSPF, he will check. We did not assign the router ID, so he will check the interface, loopback interface. If we have, he will check how many loopback interface we have, and whatever the highest loopback interface, that IP he will take as a router ID. So he taken that one as a router ID. And what we can say, this is our router IP address, neighbor. We are checking the neighbor table, so this is our neighbor. So what I can say, in simple words, I want to say that I am standing here. I am standing in the R2. I am saying who is my neighbor. So he is showing me this is your neighbor IP. This guy is your neighbor, but his router ID is this one, and this is his interface IP. That's all. Okay. We are not having this route, this route, this route, this route in the OSPF. We don't have this all route in the OSPF. Okay. We don't have this route in the OSPF. So now what we can do? We can advertise also. But before advertising, we have two methods. This one, this router, we need to make this router as a ABR. ASBR we need to make. Just now we make ABR. Okay. Now we need to make ASBR. So how we can make this router as a ASBR? We can configure here RIP or something, and we can do the redistribution, so it will come. Another method what we can do, directly also we can redistribution. We have one more method. If you remember in our previous class what we done, when we configure here RIP, when we have the OSPF, we put the RIP routes in the OSPF, and we put the OSPF route in the RIP. We say redistribute RIP, and we put that one. But now we can do same thing, but already we done that one, so we will look another method. Another method what we can do, if I want to send this all route as a external, all route as a external, I want to make this guy as a ASBR. So how I can send external? It is very simple. Just we need to type here. Let me show you what I will type here. I will type here in the OSPF in this place. This is R1, right? In the R1 we need to type redistribute connected subnets. Means whoever is connected to me, do redistribute that one. Means here saying that already we advertise this interface. If you see, we advertise this interface. After that we are saying what else interface is connected to me, redistribute that one. So he will check this one is there, but already this is advertised, and this one is there, we did not advertise. So what he will do, he will advertise this one in the, he will say this is coming from external, like RIP or any other routing protocol, and he will forward that one to the other router with a external route. If you remember, we are getting OSPF with the E2. When we put the other routing protocol in the OSPF, we will have as a E2. I will show you that one. So with this one we will put that one, and now we need to put the summary. If you remember what we done here, when we do the summarization, we write area 1 range. But if we are doing the summarization for the ABR, we have some different command. What we need to write? We need to write here summary dash address, and give space and write the same route, summary route what we calculated just now, 172.16.0.0 and 255.255.255. Here 248.0. Okay, but no problem, let's do one by one so you will have more idea. Now what we have here, in this one we have the OSPF. Okay, in this one we have the OSPF, show IP interface brief. Let me check. This is the interface we have. We use this one, and all are the logical interface. If you want to check show IP OSPF interface brief, this is also good command. You can use this one. Why we use this one? I want to check my router R1 interface, which interface is in the OSPF. If I want to check which interface is in the OSPF, I can write show IP OSPF interface brief. So with this command I am looking only one interface. So with this one I am getting, I have only one interface in the OSPF. Okay, If you want, I will type this command or somewhere here, so later you can remember this one. Here I will write the point also. To check which interface in OSPF, we use this command. Okay, so this one is okay. Now what we are saying, we know only I have fast Ethernet 0x0. This one is in the OSPF. This all not in the OSPF. So what I will do, I will write the one command. That is, I will write, I need to go inside the OSPF router OSPF 1. I go inside that one. Then I will say redistribute connected. Okay, redistribute connected subnet. Means I am saying whoever is connected to me, redistribute them in the OSPF. So now we will have the other interface also in the OSPF, and we will see, we will get that route in the R2, in here in the R2. Show IP route we can write here. Let me check, we have show IP route, or let me write here, no issue. Show IP route. If you see, we get these routes. Let me show you. E2 means external route. External means not from the OSPF. It is from someone sending, that is not OSPF. Maybe RIP is sending, maybe EIGRP is sending, EIGRP, or maybe BGP. Anyone is sending to the OSPF this route. If you see E2, maybe you will see this one. External type 2. External type 2 means it is not from the OSPF. It is external to OSPF. Someone redistribute. Maybe it is running on the RIP, but someone sent this into OSPF. They done redistribution. Okay, and E2. There we can say we have the E2 and E1. Okay, but by default will be E2. By default E2 means you will have the matrix will be 20. Okay, anywhere you see you will have the matrix as 20. Example, when you do the redistribute, and if you have one more router, if you get this route, there also you will have this same value, 20 value only. It will be fixed by 20. But if you want to play with the cost, like in the traffic engineering, we don't have here, we have in the CCIE level traffic engineering. In that one, what we will do, we will play with the cost. Like for some router we will increase the cost, some router we will decrease the cost. So traffic will prefer that part, it will not prefer that part. So if we want to play, then what we can say, redistribute E1 we will type. E1 we will type. By default it is E2. So what we type here, redistribute connected. So automatically it is taken E2. But if we want, we can put E1 also. But if you put in E1, what is the difference between E1 and E2 means, it will, E1 will calculate the real cost, whatever the real cost. Like if he is going from one router to another router, like this, if you have the Ethernet interface or fast Ethernet interface, how if you remember before we learn, when we calculate the cost, that is 10 to power of 8 divided by bandwidth of the interface, and we check we have the Ethernet, it is having the cost as 10. So that one real value will calculate it in the E1. But by default it is having the E2 and default value will be 20. It remains same. But even if you don't know anything, this one, no need to worry. This is not there here. Just you need to remember, by default when we do redistribute, it will come to the OSPF saying that it is from the external route. We learn this route from the external. What is E1, what is E2, we have in the NRC paper, we have detailed routing switching there. So there we are going to learn more detail. Now just remember, when we do redistribute in the OSPF, that route will treat as a external route. By default it value is a external type 2. Now I tell you the difference between the external type 2 and external type 1. Type 2 is having the default value as a 20, and if we are using the type 1 means he will check the actual value, which interface we are using. Depending upon that one, they will calculate the actual cost. Okay, so now what we are saying, we are getting the route. How many routes? 1, 2, 3, 4 routes we are getting. But I don't want to get the 4 route. So what I can say, I can do the summarization, and I will show you. I can ping. If I want to ping 172.16.1.1, I can ping this one. If I want to ping that 172.16.2.1, I can ping, it is working. If you see here 172.3.1, it is working, and we have how many? Last one is a 4.1. So I will write 4.1, it will work. Without summarization it is working because we are having this route. And one more thing we need to check in the R1. This router is which router? This one. If you see here, show IP protocol. If you see here, this is it is an autonomous system boundary router. If you remember, as we told, whenever we redistribute, example, RIP routes into the OSPF or EIGIP or anything routes into OSPF, that router who is converting that or who is connecting the different routing protocol, that router name is ASBR, that is autonomous system boundary router. So what I done here in our previous class, I done here like this way. I taken one more router, I connected, and I run RIP here also RIP, here also RIP. Then in this router I put RIP route in the OSPF route in the RIP. So this guy become as a ASBR. In our previous class, in the last class, what we done. But here we are doing the another method. What we are doing, I am saying whoever connected to me, just redistribute that guys. For lab purpose I am doing. Some scenario use that one also. Okay, so just I say redistribute this route. So he redistribute and he will treat this one as external route because it is not in the OSPF. So maybe something different routing protocol, but he move this route into OSPF, and when we check here we are getting that as a E2, external route type 2. And I told external right to a type 2 will have the cost by default 20, type 1 will have the actual cost, whatever cost they are calculating. So we know the difference between E1 and E2. By default, whenever we do the redistribute, we will get the E2 routes only. So now what we are getting the routes. Our routing table is heavy here. We are getting 4, imagine we are getting 400 route in this one. So now we need to minimize, we need to do the summarization. So what I can do here, summarization means same thing, this one. After doing this redistribution, I need to put this command. So what I will do, I will go here in this router. Let me go inside the R1. In the R1 I will write router OSPF1, and then we will say here redistribute, we already say, so we will write summary address, then 172.16.0.0 and 255.255.248.0. I will press enter. Okay, and now we can check in the other router. I will go here, let me write here show IP route. If you see, we are getting only one route. Before, how many routes we are getting? 4 routes. Imagine before we are getting 400 routes, but now only one route. And if you ping, it will work. It will work. 4.1 working. Okay, 3.1 it is working. And if you take the 2.1 it is working, and if you take 1.1 also it will work. Okay, but our routing table is reduced here. Let me show you routing table, show IP route. If you see, same thing what we learned before, same thing what we get OE2, but here we are getting, they summarize, they are saying if you have any request for 172.16.0.0, 0 means in the place of 0 you will have 1, 2, 3, anything. Here also in this place you will have 1, 2, 3. If anything is coming, send that traffic to that side. So our routing table will reduce. Wherever you have the heavy routers, heavy traffic, like big organization, they are doing this one. If you want, I will reduce. I will show you again.
So in this one, E2 is showing OSPF external type 2.
Yes. This one. Again.
The E2 is showing here as OSPF external type 2.
Yes. Here also, before also it is external only. Here, if you see.
Yes.
Yeah. Because whenever we do the redistribution, it will take as a E2 by default. Here also it is E2, but here you have 4 routes. Here we have only one route.
But sir, this is coming from directly from OSPF, sir. But
no, it is not coming directly. We did not put this one in the OSPF. We are saying, we are telling to OSPF. If you see here, what we done, we write router OSPF1, and we go interface fast Ethernet 0x0, this interface, and we advertise this in the OSPF. Only we done this one, this OSPF only this much. I did not put this interface in the OSPF. I did not put this interface in the OSPF. This one. I told redistribute connected subnet. Means whoever is connected to me, do redistribute. Add in the OSPF. Subnet is a keyword we use. Even if anyone is doing subnetting here, they will that route also come under the subnetting. If we did not write subnetting, if anyone do subnetting here, that route will not come. So for the production network, we use subnetting also. But for lab purpose, even if we did not use, it will work. But make habit using this one, because in the production network we will have the subnetting here. And here if you see, we did not put this all loopbacks, we did not put in the OSPF. If you want to put, we will write like this, like interface loopback 0, and then again we need to write the IP OSPF 1, OSPF 1, and then area, whatever area, that one. If I write 1 or 0 something, then it is going in the OSPF. But if I write this one, I am saying that is the external to me, and put that in the OSPF. And here with this command I am saying do the summarization for this one. Okay.
Okay.
And if I remove this one, let me show you same thing what we done in last lab. If I say here like control A, we will go here, write no and enter. So you will have complete, again your routing table will increase. Now you have 4 routes. But if you don't need that one, so easily directly we will type this command only. So you will have only the summarize route. Summarization how we do, same thing we will follow, like we will write 172.16.1.0, 172.16.2.0, 172.16.3. We taken this example 172.16.4.0. So we need to take this one, convert into binary and check where is the difference, and make new subnet mask and take this one and add that subnet mask. That's all. Okay, so what else we have? Let me check in our notes what else we have. We check already this router also. If you see show IP protocol, this is a autonomous system boundary router which is making the different routing protocol to the OSPF. So here if I go here, this one we done. This is the method I wrote here also, the one which we done just now, calculation. So this is new, and this is the same thing before we are getting the OSPF routes, and now it is changed. And if you see, we have only one route here, but we can ping all the routes. And after that we do ASBR. Here I think I done same thing, redistribute connected. So with this one, same calculation will remain same as we done for first lab. So you have new value, and you will see only E2 external route 2. That's all in the OSPF summarization. What are the advantage you will get? Because in interview they will ask you why we do the summarization. So you need to remember this: save memory, save bandwidth, save CPU cycle stability. Okay, so